One thing helicopters use quite often are these things called torque tubes. And a torque tube is generally hollow inside, and on the outside they'll have usually some sort of a rod end or bearing, spherical bearing on one end, but they may have a fork end on them as well. And they usually have room for adjustments. The key thing about when you're using them, you want to make sure that you have enough thread engaged so that you don't have it pull out of the rod end. Now this is a spherical bearing, looks like just kind of a Cessna one. It's got some damage on it from being abused. However, one of the things it does have is that little hole. Now that little hole there is a witness hole to ensure that the threads are engaged far enough when it's installed. Here's another torque tube. And there, this one has the rod end in it, and you can't see through the hole. It's a witness hole. Typically you'd use lock wire or visually ensure you can see inside that hole. They come in different sizes. They can be long and skinny and made out of stainless steel. They could be long and fat and made out of aluminum. Or they could be massive and made out of aluminum or steel. This one's obviously seen better days. Sometimes they may just have a minimum or maximum amount of threads that can be sticking out or into this. Just to note a few more things. These rod ends are locked in place with a check nut and then lock wired as well. Now they're all come in all different kinds. And they're usually roll staked into place, so there's a special tool that puts that little chamfer on there and kind of squeezes this thing into position. Again, we can have forks and we can have rod ends. Now these often will attach to a bell crank, which can pivot and transmit this maybe into an up and down motion from a fore and aft movement to an up and down or what have you, so that it can go through the aircraft. And helicopters seem to like those. They have them everywhere. Here's another one, similar thing. This one's off a A-Star, but same idea. So it turns a push-pull here in this direction to a push-pull there in the opposite direction, going up and down.